Financial Literacy is an educational program which airs on Waves 1170 every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Hosted by Hubert McIntosh, a CPA and member of SOFA, the Society for Financial Awareness, with the number one goal: assist individuals to take charge of their personal finances. Please join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. on 1170 a.m. or via your smartphone app, Waves 1170, or on the internet at waves1170.com. Waves 1170. 1170 a.m. It's Sunday night in the Caribbean, man. Hubert McIntosh is a member of the Society for Financial Awareness, and he's the man. Financial literacy provided by Hubert McIntosh, CPA. Financial literacy. Control your financial status. Here's your host, Hubert McIntosh, CPA.
Good evening, good Sunday evening. This is Easter Sunday. I hope you all had a great day today. I don't know what you've ate. I know in the Jamaican community, it's a weekend where we get away with bun and cheese, and on Good Friday, a lot of people sometimes just eat fish, but one of the signature events for the Jamaican community is bun and cheese. So I hope you had your fill and you had a great weekend, and it continues. So thank you for joining us. There are many things that you could have been doing tonight on a Sunday evening, but so we thank you for joining us. I'm Hubert McIntosh, your CPA, and you're a member of SOFA. SOFA is a Society for Financial Awareness, bringing to you one goal, one mission to help eradicate financial illiteracy in America, one community at a time. And I've joined with SOFA so that I can assist in this community to help that eradication. So thank you for joining us. The phone lines are open. 954-792-1170, 954-792-1170. We're here to take your questions, your comments, or your feedback, anything that's on your mind. We're in the studio from 9 to 10, but remember, you have 24/7 access to us, so whether we're in the studio or not, you can still reach us. We have created a website, financialliteracy.info. That's financialliteracy.info. We also have an email. You can email us comments, questions, anything of that nature. Support@financialliteracy.info. Support@financialliteracy.info. And you also have direct access to me if there are questions or comments you may not want to share on the air, and you may just have a personal question or something like that. You can reach me directly at 754-366-7311. 754-366-7311. So thank you for joining us. So the last couple of weeks, we've been diving into IRAs, and we compare traditional IRA against the Roth IRA. And I just want to give you a quick refresher of what we did there, where we talk about the difference between a traditional IRA and then the Roth IRA. And we mentioned the timeline. It's, anytime you're going to make a decision, it's always interesting to identify the timeline. When did something initiate, or when was it created, and the underlying reason why? So I just believe sometimes it's good that we go into history to identify why something was created. Remember, IRAs and 401ks were created in 1974. So it's not all that long. You're talking about 43 years ago. So why was it? It was to assist employers, because at that time in America, employers basically would fund a pension for its employees, and tax rates were going up at that time, and it became a little bit challenging for employers, and they lobbied Congress, whereas it says, okay, to assist the employers instead of funding a pension for its employees, then they started giving individuals the option of funding their own retirement with IRA, 401k, and so forth. But those were tax deferred. Tax deferred. So I always have to remind you about the taxes, because any financial plan you're gonna make, you have to factor the taxes. So be careful when you're making these decisions and you're not considering taxes, because taxes are, it's one of the number one impediment of us, our wealth, creating wealth. And sometimes an individual may think, well, I don't have any wealth. Well, I'm here to tell you that you all have wealth. Whatever you have is your wealth. So just because someone may have less or someone may have more, it doesn't mean that you don't have wealth. Remember, this program, one of the things we're teaching you about is helping you develop your own personal economic model, because our financial model is our financial model. Mary's is Mary's, and John is John's. So it's not necessarily that each person can have the same personal economic model, because it's just like it says, it's personal. So it's very important that you look at your situation and identify what direction you want to go. And sometimes you may not even know the direction, but if you have a goal, if you know the destination, there are people like myself. There are many good financial planners out there. There are many good CPAs who can guide you along that path. And if you're doing something and someone is not talking to you about the tax implication, I would encourage you to look into that, because it's all well and good that you can accumulate wealth, but if you're not considering the tax implications, what could happen is that you'll find that what you thought you had, you just don't have it. It's gone. So just be careful of that. So we spoke about some of the differences regarding traditional IRA, where you have the pre-tax contribution. Both of them have, the traditional IRA has pre-tax contributions, and it grows tax-free, versus the Roth. The Roth is tax contribution, but it grows tax-free. So you look at that there, where you're looking at one is growing. They're both growing tax-free. One is pre-tax contribution and one is tax contribution. So you have, especially now, this has been tax time, where the 18th is the filing deadline. Yes, and I know some of you thought it was the 15th. Our office was bombarded because people thought that, wow, we're going to be late because it's the 15th. Well, the rules on that is, if it's the 15th, if the taxes are due on the 15th and the 15th falls on a weekend or a holiday, then the deadline moves to the next working day. So you may say, well, if yesterday, Saturday, was the 15th, then the next working day is Monday. Well, normally that would be so. But Monday happened to be a national holiday. I know some of us may still have to work, but Monday is a national holiday in the sense that banks are not open, government institutions are not open on Monday. Monday is a holiday. So the tax deadline moved to the next working day, which is Tuesday, the 18th. So for this year, the tax filing deadline is the 18th. So I just want you to be aware of that. So the phone lines are still open, 954-792-1170, 954-792-1170. As you prepare to file your taxes, or you may have filed your taxes already, and there are any pressing questions, please don't hesitate. We're still here. We're still here for you. You can call us in the studio. You can call me directly, 754-366-7311, 754-366-7311. And we'll get back to you. I promise I'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. Okay? So thanks for that. So let's go back to what we were comparing with the traditional IRA and the Roth IRA. it's all of your decision is going to be based on your beliefs. So what is it that you prefer? And this is where the personal part comes in, because one person may say this is better and another person may say the other is better. But I'm here to tell you, you can debate. I can argue for both parties. It just boils down to, what does the person prefer? Does the person prefer to pay the tax on the seed versus the harvest? So it's just how you look at it. Whereas if I can get a deduction now, knowing that my initial cash flow is going to be greater now, it may be more beneficial to me based on my circumstance. But another person may look at it and says, well, I believe that my money is going to increase. I'm going to pay the tax now because I don't want, when my money increase, then I'm hit with this tax burden. Because one of the myth that's out there, even now, I know people are doing that. They're funding their IRA and they're saying, wow, I'm getting a tax deduction. Yes, that is true, but there's a little part. That deduction is not, it looks like a deduction, but it's not really a deduction. People like, well, I'm going to save taxes. And these terminologies people throw out, and even their tax preparer, whether it's a CPA or an EA or a registered tax preparer, will tell them, well, I can help you save the taxes. If you fund an IRA, if you max out your 401. I know people, and some of them who is listening to me right now, they take pleasure in max funding their 401k. And, well, it's a matter of personal choice. But let's think about it. You're going to max fund the 401k when, wow, you're deferring the taxes. You're not getting that tax. You're not saving taxes. So if there's one thing I want to emphasize with you, it's not saving taxes. So think about that when you're thinking you're saving taxes. You're deferring the taxes. Deferring, or another word you can use, is that you're postponing the taxes. Okay? So mentioning that, there are 4 types of money. There are 4 types of money we have to deal with. Someone may want to put all kind of different spin on it, but at the end of the day, there are 4 types of money. This is not an opinion. This is not my opinion. It's a fact. So the 4 types. So remember, we are in school. This is Sunday school. So make sure you have your pen. Make sure you have some paper, because I'm going to give you some information that you need to take note of. You need to take note of it. So the 4 types of money I'm going to introduce to you. I tell you guys all the time, the fastest hour of the week is Sunday nights from 9 to 10. Sunday nights 9 to 10. Because I'm just going to introduce the 4 types of money, and then when we come back on the other side, we're going to dive into it, and then we're going to continue with the Roth IRA. Yes, and we have not forgotten the topic. Tonight, we're going to do a comparison with the Roth IRA and cash value life insurance. So let me leave you with the 4 types of money before we go to break. So think about this. As we break, get your pen, get your paper. We're going to talk about it. The 4 types of money are, number 1, free money. Free money. There's free money. Yes. You may not have any, but some people have free money. Free money is money that you get from someone else. It may be inherited money. It may be a matching 401k. Matching 401k, it's free money. Inherited money, someone died, someone passed something on to you. That's free money. That's number 1, free money. Number 2 is tax-free money. Tax-free. There are only 2 types of tax-free money in America. 2 types. Roth IRA or Roth 401k and cash value life insurance. That's tax-free money. Number 3, tax-deferred money or tax postponement money. And number 4 is taxable money. We're going to dive into it when we come back because I got a break and got to go pay some bills. I will be right back. Stick and stay with us. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. Well, on the other side of the break, we started introducing you to the 4 types of money. So I hope you have given that some thought, and you have gotten your pen, you've gotten your paper, because even though it's Sunday, we are in Sunday school. Our goal is to help eradicate financial illiteracy. And if we're gonna eradicate financial literacy, there are some things that we may need to take notes about because we may not be aware of it. So, our goal is to help you identify some of those things. We have been getting some great feedback, regarding on the website. We have been getting some via email, and even individuals have called us. We have even got some calls on the program, identify and thanking us for the program. So it's great when we hear that because we want to hear your feedback. Don't hesitate whether you think it's a good feedback or a bad feedback. But any feedback we get is very important because this is how we can help, because our goal is to serve you. And if we're not providing for you what is necessary for you, then it's self-serving. And our goal is not to be self-serving, but to serve the community. And we can better serve you if we know what you need, if we can fit into that. I love one of the things that Zig Ziglar says, whereas he says, Zig was a great man. He has gone on away from us. Past couple of years, Zig went away, but he left an impact on this world. And one of the things that was Zig's signature statement was that if we help enough people get what they want, then it will automatically comes back to us. It's the law. There are certain life laws. It's the law of reciprocity in the sense that you give, you'll get. It's just one of those things. You'll give, you'll get. You plant, you will reap. Whether you use plant or you use sow, you will reap. There are just things that are just natural laws that you and I cannot change. It's just structured that way. The law of gravity. The law of gravity is if you jump from a high building, you're going to fall. You're going to fall unless you have a parachute or you have something to catch you. These are just natural laws. And the thing we're talking about as we talk about investment with Roth IRA, and we're going to compare Roth IRA with cash value life insurance, there's another law there. It's the law of large numbers. The insurance is measured by the law of large numbers, where basically they can tell you how many people are going to die this year. And that is by the law of large numbers. But the thing is, they cannot tell you who are the people going to die. But they can tell you, well, 10,000 people going to die from car accident this year. But they don't know which 10,000. But the law, the law just works. And this is where we want to encourage you. If there are laws that's going to measure your life, that's going to determine your life, wouldn't it be wise to know these laws? And that's why we are bringing it to you. Because if you know the laws, it's like any game that you're playing. Because sometimes life can be considered a game. If you're playing a game and you don't know the rules of the game, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. You may win once or you may win twice, but that's by accident, but that's by chance. But for you to be consistent, you have to know the rules of the game, or another term that's used out there, the rules of engagement. Anything you're going to be involved, you got to know the rules of engagement. So the phone lines are open, 954-792-1170, 954-792-1170. So give us your call, give us your feedback. And one of the survey we started last week, and We have been getting some great response on it, but we're still collecting your feedback there. We wanted to identify, the program comes on 9 to 10. One of the survey we are doing is, should the program be extended? Would you guys want it? Is the time perfect? Is the 1 hour perfect? Should it be another half an hour? Should it be another hour? And these are this, and why we do it as surveys instead of making the decision on our own. If we make the decision on our own, then it's about us. And it's never about us, because if our goal is to serve you, then we must know what it is. What is it that you want? So if we don't know what is it that you want, then as I said, it's self-serving. So back to the 4 types of money. I hope you have had some time to think about it. The free money. Free money is easy. We understand that. Free money is where somebody give it to you. That's the only way to get free money. Somebody gave it to you. Tax-free money now. That's a different story. Tax-free money is not just given to you. There's gonna be a choice. You will have to make a choice, because it just doesn't come. Because I mentioned to you 2 types of tax-free money in America. And these things I tell you, you can Google them, Wikipedia, you check. There are 2 types of tax-free money, and it's Roth IRA or Roth 401k. That's one tax-free money. The only other tax-free money, and don't let people fool you, the only other tax-free money is life insurance. Life insurance, whether it's term or whether it's cash value. But we went through this a few weeks back, where we give you the difference between term and cash value. Term is for a certain term. If you have a 20-year term and that 20-year finishes, then that policy is closed. It's gone. But if you have cash value life insurance and that keeps funding or it's already overfunded, then that is going to continue, and then that's going to become tax-free. In term, the only time it gets tax-free, and be careful who you're listening to. They'll tell you that a term is tax-free. But the only time the term is tax-free is when you die. Yeah, it's when you die. But we are not talking about when you die. We have introduced some term to you. We're talking about living benefits. Because you don't want to just buy something for when you die. We want to talk about living benefits. What about while you are living? And that's what we want to help you with. So those are the 2 types. The tax-free. Then the third is tax deferred or tax postponed. No, a lot of you are doing this tax deferred and you're thinking it's tax free. No, it's a postponement. A postponement don't mean that it's free. Don't forget that part. Please, I beg of you, don't mistake that. Tax deferred is not tax free. Tax postponement. It's that saying. We grew up in Jamaica hearing that saying. One day, and I'm not even sure if it's a Jamaican saying. It says one day you have to pay the piper. The piper will have to get paid. And now that we are in America, yes, I know we broadcast worldwide, but since we're here, we are here in the studio in America. We are in Davie, Florida. Basically, what we're talking in America, the piper that we heard about when we were in Jamaica, the piper in America is Uncle Sam. Yes, that's the piper. So we'll have to pay him. So we're not going to get away from that. Okay. So that's deferred. And number 4 is taxable. It's where any income you make, whether it's now or whether it's in the future, it's going to be taxable. So these are the things that you have to figure out. As I said, you don't have any control. Tax-free money is where you get. Tax-free money, you will have to make a decision. Tax deferred, taxable. So these are your choices. So our hope is that we're giving you enough information that you will be able to make these decisions with facts and not feelings. We talk about feelings before, whereas if you said, I think, I feel, or I don't feel, anytime you're getting and making your decisions based on that, you're lacking some information. You're lacking some information because you're basing it based on opinion. There's nothing wrong with opinion, as long as the opinion has some foundation, it has some basis behind it. How is it that this opinion, is it a feeling opinion or it's an analytical opinion? And each of us is going to analyze it different, but it boils down to what you believe and what your goals are. Okay? So with that being said, we have covered the comparison between traditional IRA and Roth IRA, and it boils down to, what do you prefer to pay the tax on, the seed or the harvest? So I think we beat that to death, and I think you guys have an understanding regarding the Roth IRA. So on the other side, when we come back, we are going to go into the topic that we promised you. We're going to compare the Roth with the cash value life insurance. So make sure you get your pen, get your paper. The phone lines are open. Make a note of it so that when we come back, think about your questions. 954-792-1170. 954-792-1170. We're here to take your calls in studio. If you want to make the question or comments outside of the studio, you can call me directly, 754-366-7311. 754-366-7311. Or you can visit us on the web, financialliteracy.info. financialliteracy.info. Or you can email us, support@financialliteracy.info. support@financialliteracy.info. So we're going to break. We're going to stick and stay with us. Get your pen, get your paper, and we'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. Well, we are halfway into the program on this Easter Sunday evening. So we are going directly now into our signature topic. The topic we're talking about, we're going to compare the Roth IRA to cash value life insurance. And we already compared the traditional IRA with the Roth IRA. So anytime you're going to make a decision, any decision, any life decision, any decision in life. Tonight we're talking about financial literacy. But this is one of those natural laws. Whether it's financial literacy or whether it's anything, just put a topic to it. One of the first thing you have to identify is, what are the benefits of my decision? Yeah. What are the benefits? So if you're making a decision and you have not seek to identify the benefits, that decision may be temporal, because if you're just going it by the feeling, and so the first little hiccup or the first little stumbling block or the first little rut you run into, you're just going to turn away from that decision because you did not cement the benefits in your mind. Because the benefits are what keep us going, because the benefits are the big picture. Because we're going to have challenges. We're going to have challenges as we go through. If we're striving to get to the mountain or the mountaintop, wherever you go, you have to go through the valley. You don't go from mountaintop to mountaintop. That's fantasy. You see that in stories like with Spider-Man and Superman and all of that. That's fantasy. You don't go from mountaintop to mountaintop. You have to go, if you're in the you have to go through the valley. All mountains, valleys surround the mountains. So that's what we're going to figure. Benefits. So as you identify benefits, so let's move forward now to the financial part of it. So we spoke about the traditional IRA. We spoke about the Roth IRA, and we're talking about cash value life insurance. All three of them as an initial benefit. The money can grow tax deferred, right? We agree there. Tax deferred growth. You have that within all three. Tax free distribution. Tax-free distribution, this is after the money has grown and you're taking out the money now. This is where the Roth IRA and the cash value life insurance left the traditional IRA. They left it behind because the distribution is tax-free. The traditional IRA does not have tax-free distribution. So the Roth and the cash value now have now separated themselves from the traditional IRA. Okay? Competitive returns. All three of them have competitive returns. The Roth IRA, the traditional IRA, and the cash value life insurance. And since I put it out there like that, I must prepare you for some of the questions you may get where someone will say, well, oh, I did not know the cash value life insurance as competitive return. Well, that is where you need to do your research. You need to do your research because you have products that has limited returns. You have products that has less limit. And then you also have product that matches the market. But if you don't know these things, you're going to make decision based on what you know. And you know there's a saying that I introduced it to you. I introduced it back into you in January. And I'm going to keep reminding you of it. And here goes. If what you thought to be true turns out not to be true, when do you want to know? When do you want to know? I assume you want to know now, so I'm going to make an assumption there. The phone lines are open, 954-792-1170, 954-792-1170. Call us, give us your opinion, give us your feedback. Text us. You can even text us, 754-366-7311, 754-366-7311. Visit us on the web. Financialliteracy.info. We have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter page. You can go on there, make comments. And if you don't even have a comment, like our page. Like our page. You'll be doing us where you'll be helping others to find us. Like our page. Okay? So we spoke about tax deferred growth, tax-free distribution, competitive return. Okay. We're going to go further now into the separation. For traditional IRA and Roth IRA, there is a maximum you can contribute per year. Yes, $5,500. $5,500. That's the maximum you can contribute. If you're over 50, there's something called a catch-up provision where, and interesting, sometimes people ask me, why is it called a catch-up? You notice what it says? If you're over 50, you can have a catch-up provision of $1,000. You can start putting an extra $1,000. Why it's called a catch-up? Because it's saying for the people who are now 50 and they didn't make these plans before. The government is telling them, well, you can put in an extra $1,000. So no, that's a catch-up provision. But let me ask you this question. Why? Why is there a maximum? Why is there a maximum? Why did the government... This a maximum was not placed by the financial institution. So ask yourself this question. Why does the government care whether how much you put in? The government max you out at $5,500. Have you guys stopped and thought of that? Max you out at $5,500. Shouldn't it, if it's your money, shouldn't you have a choice? What if you want to put $7,000? What if you want to put $10,000? You cannot. Here's another part about that. And you may say, I want to put $10,000. If you put $10,000, guess what? You're going to be penalized. Yes, there's a penalty. If you put more than 5,500, there's a penalty. So you have to take back that money out. So you're going to penalize. And then you have to take the money out. Yes. So stop and ask yourself why the government put a max. So what we're comparing it to life insurance, cash value life insurance. Cash value life insurance, you can put 10,000. You can put 20,000. It's your choice. You can put 50,000. It's up to you what your goals are. So I wanted to introduce you because a lot of times people don't realize that they can do that. You can put 20,000 per year if you want. You can put 30,000 if you want. But someone may say, well, I want to put 100,000. Here comes the government again. Government says, no, you cannot put that much. You cannot put that much because if you put over a certain amount, we're going to take away the tax-free benefits. So do you realize how involved the government is in your financial planning, in your retirement planning? So every step you make, remember I said to you, taxes are one of the number one, if not the number one impediment to your wealth. Number one. So here it is. The government tells you, okay, you can put, you can do a Roth IRA, you can do a traditional IRA, but you cannot put more than 5,500. So you go and you do some research and you say, wow, there's cash value life insurance. I can put 20,000. And yes, you're happy now because you're making some money now. You're making some money. You know, remember, this is not for everybody. You may have some people can put 20,000 and another person can put 20,000. So it's not a matter of saying one person can do it and the other cannot do it. Each of you know yours. It's your personal economic model. It's what you can do. But we're just introducing these things to you. So you're now introduced to cash value life insurance and you're putting in and you says, wow, man, I want to put more. No, the government's going to say, oh, there's a max. And that max is called a MEC. The terminology out there is a MEC. It's called a modified endowment contract. I don't want to get into the weeds but just know that there's a max. But here's the good part. Now, there's a good part. Remember, every story has a silver lining. It's just for you to find out. So the government says to you, well, there is a max where if you go over this, then it's not tax-free anymore. It's going to be taxable. So sometimes someone will say, well, the MEC is bad. Well, it depends. Because remember, some of you're investing in traditional IRA, you're investing in traditional 401k. That's taxable, but you still have a limit. But here's cash value life insurance now, which has no limit. It has no limit if you're willing to be taxable. So let's compare that. Now. So you're investing in a traditional IRA or traditional 401k. Your max is 5,500. If it's a company and you're basically with a 401k, sometimes you can go up to 18,000. That's another story. We're just talking regular now. 5,500. But with the cash value life insurance, you can put 100. Yeah, you can put 200. You can put 500. And somebody would say to me, whoa, I never heard that. Well, it depends on who you're talking to. There are 855 insurance companies in America. Not all insurance companies gonna accept $500,000 lump sum. Not all of them. And the question you may ask yourself, why? Well, we're gonna give you that answer when we come back on the other side. So stick and stay with us. We got to go pay some bills. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. We are in the home stretch. We are in the last quarter of the program. And I tell you, I've told you over and over, the fastest hour of the week, Sunday nights, 9 to 10. I don't know why this hour goes so fast, because with what I have to share with you, I know we're not going to be able to finish in the next 12, 15 minutes. So we are going to continue with this next week. So make your notes, because I know I'm dropping some information on you that you may not have heard, and you may have heard it different, but the signature statement I'm using, if what you thought to be true turn out not to be, when would you want to know? And I'm making the assumption that you want to know now. So if we don't cover it tonight, we're going to follow up and we're going to cover it next week. Okay, so the phone lines are open, 954-792-1170. You got 10 to 15 minutes so you can reach us in the studio, 954-792-1170. But don't be amazed. If you're not in the studio 9 to 10, you still have 24/7 access to us. You can call us, 754-366-7311, 754-366-7311. You can reach us on the World Wide Web, financialliteracy.info, financialliteracy.info. We have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter page. You can go on, you can make comments, you can share. And by the way, remember, every program that we have is recorded. So if you miss a program and you want to catch up, like the last 2-3 weeks we've been talking about the IRA and the 401k. If you have missed any of those programs, you can go on and you can go to financialliteracy.info and you'll be able to listen to the previous recording. We provide them for you. Another person mentioned, one person mentioned it, but we have other people spoke about it. One other thing we're also going to start to provide, and we welcome your feedback. Anything we put out there, we welcome your feedback. We're going to start providing the recording of the shows on CDs. Yes, we're going to provide it on CDs or MP3 or flat, whatever you want it. Our goal is to serve you. So we're going to provide it on CDs. We're going to provide it MP3. You want it digital that way. We're going to have it on flash drive. So if there's one program or multiple programs you want, we're going to offer where you can buy. Yes, you can buy the entire series. Yeah, and we'll make it affordable. You will make it affordable. Unfortunately, that one we cannot make complimentary because there are some fees involved in that. But we're going to make it where if you want it on a flash drive, we can put all the recordings on a flash drive. If you go back and there's a mortgage program, you want that one, we can provide that one to you on the CD. So as I said, as we do these things, the purpose is to serve you. So we are trying to make it so that you get this information as we strive to eradicate financial illiteracy. The goal is to eradicate financial illiteracy. And as we provide these information to you, then it's going to start with you. And then you'll be able to share it with your friends, your family members, your loved ones. Because if you have the cure for something, wouldn't you want to share that cure? So what we're saying to you, if you are getting financial literate because of listening to this program and you're taking notes, help your fellow person. It may be your family member, maybe it may be a friend. Let them know. Don't keep us a secret. Tell them about the program. We're on WAVS 1170. And the beautiful thing about WAVS 1170, you don't have to, it's a radio station, but you don't have to look for it on your radio. No. Remember, we have gone advanced and we have spoken about smartphones. I hope you have upgraded. I've been encouraging you to upgrade to your smartphone. So you have your smartphone. You can go into your app store, whether it's an iPhone, whether it's an Android. You go into your app store and you can download. You have WAVS 1170 right there in your app store. Yes. So if you don't, So, okay, let's assume you don't have a smartphone. Well, I hope you have a smartphone. But say you don't have a smartphone. You can go on the internet. You can go on WVS1170.com and you can listen live. WVS1170.com and listen live. And if you don't remember that, you can go to financialliteracy.info, financialliteracy.info, and you go there on the resource tab, and we have a link directly to WVS. So we are making this so easy for you. We are taking away all the stumbling blocks. We're taking away all the roadblocks. We are striving to make you financial literate. Okay? Phone lines are open. We have 5 more minutes. You can still get a couple of calls in. 954-792-1170. 954-792-1170. But you can reach us directly, 754-366-7311. 754-366-7311. Go on the web, financialliteracy.info. Financialliteracy.info. You can email us, support@financialliteracy.info. So on the break, on the other side, I introduce you to something, and I know that shocks some of you. I know it shocks some of you. When I say high contributions, there is no maximum. I know some of you never heard that. Yes, someone can put 500,000. Someone can even put $1 million. And you're like, whoa, I never heard this. Well, as I said, there are 855 insurance companies. Not all 855 companies going to allow you to put $1 million. No. Because guess what? The more money you put is the more debt benefit. So you put $1 million, then that, depending on your age, the debt benefit could be 4 or 5 million. But remember, a lot of times people don't realize when they hear about life insurance, cash value life insurance or term insurance, they think it's automatic. No, no, it's not automatic. You have to be medically approved. Yes, you have to be medically approved. And here's the next thing. Okay, you're medically approved, and you're like, well, I'm in. No, we have another test. So you go and you says, well, I want $2 million in life insurance. No. Then you have to be financially approved. And you're like, wow, hoops. Why do I have to go through all these hoops? Folks, you're getting this money tax-free. When this money is distributed, it's tax-free. You think the government is going to allow you to just do this without all of these things I'm telling you about is the government. This blockage is not by an insurance company. So a lot of times people will blame an insurance company. Oh, this is not insurance company. The government is blocking these things. So you have to stop and ask yourself, why is the government blocking it? And that's a political thing. You may think it's not politics. Yes, it's politics, because you want to serve one other people versus the other. It's not necessarily where we're serving everybody. Don't be caught up into that myth about serving everybody. It's not about serving everybody. It's been serving the biggest lobbyist. But we're trying to introduce you to things that may have been created for certain people. But if you get to understand it, then you can take those loopholes. That's why it's best to know someone or find out someone who have taken the time to identify the loopholes. Because there are loopholes. The tax code in America has over 80,000 pages. So you don't think it's imperative that you know someone or you get to know someone who takes the time to study the tax code? Yes. So I'm telling you. So you join us back next week. We're going to continue this because I know this I contribution has messed up some of you because you cannot understand that there's a vehicle you could put $1 million. Yes. So we're going to continue next week. You stick and stay with us. Visit us on the web, financialliteracy.info. Financialliteracy.info. Email us, support@financialliteracy.info. And call me, 754-366-7311. 754-366-7311. Visit SOFA, sofausa.org. That's SOFA-USA.org. And this month, April, is Financial Literacy Month. Get financial literate. Okay, so thank you for joining us. This is Hubert McIntosh, your CPA and a member of SOFA, signing out, and I'll see you next week.
Financial literacy with Hubert McIntosh on Waves 1170 has come to an end.